First contact. The vast expanse of space stretched out before Dr. Elara Chen, a tapestry of stars and cosmic dust that never failed to take her breath away. From her position at the helm of the research vessel Horizon, she could almost believe she was the only human for light years. In a way, she was. Status report, ARIA. Elara called out to the ship's AI assistant. All systems nominal, Dr. Chen. ARIA's soothing voice responded. We are approaching the outer edge of the Orc cloud. Sensors are picking up some unusual energy fluctuations in the vicinity. Elara's eyebrows furrowed. Unusual how? The energy signature does not match any known natural phenomena in our database. It appears to be artificial in origin. A surge of excitement coursed through Elara's veins. This deep space exploration mission had been relatively uneventful so far, but now, this could be the discovery of a lifetime. Plot a course to the source of those fluctuations, ARIA. Let's see what we found. As the horizon changed direction, Elara couldn't help but feel a mix of anticipation and trepidation. Humanity had long wondered if they were alone in the universe. Now, on the fringes of their solar system, they might finally have their answer. The energy fluctuations grew stronger as they approached their source. Suddenly, a massive structure shimmered into view, seeming to materialize out of the very fabric of space itself. My God, Elara whispered, her eyes wide with wonder. The structure was clearly a spacecraft, but unlike anything humanity had ever conceived. It was organic in shape, with sweeping curves and iridescent surfaces that seemed to pulse with an inner light. It dwarfed the horizon, making Elara's vessel seem like a mere speck in comparison. Hey, are you recording this? Affirmative, Dr. Chen. All sensors are active and data is being stored. Before Elara could issue another command, a beam of light shot out from the alien vessel, enveloping the horizon in a soft, blue glow. We are being scanned, Eria reported, a hint of concern in her artificial voice. Elara's heart raced. This was it. First contact with an alien species. Everything she did next could have profound implications for the future of humanity. ARIA broadcast a message on all frequencies. Use the first contact protocol we developed. The message was simple, a series of mathematical equations and basic scientific principles that any advanced civilization should be able to interpret as a sign of intelligence. It was humanity's way of saying, we're here, and we're ready to talk. For several tense moments, there was no response. Then, without warning, a holographic image materialized on the horizon's bridge. Elara found herself face to face with an alien being. The creature before her was humanoid in shape, but that's where the similarities ended. Its skin was a pale, luminescent blue, with intricate patterns that seemed to shift and change. Large, almond-shaped eyes regarded Elara with an intelligence that sent shivers down her spine. Greetings, human, the alien spoke, its voice resonating directly in Elara's mind. I am Sylara, princess of the Zarthani. We have traveled far in search of a species such as yours. Elara swallowed hard, forcing herself to remain calm. I am Dr. Elara Chen of Earth. We welcome peaceful contact with your people, Princess Sylara. The alien's expression shifted, conveying what Elara interpreted as relief. We are grateful for your openness, Dr. Chen. Our situation is dire, and we seek the aid of a young, vibrant species such as yours. Aid? Elara asked, her scientific curiosity piqued. What kind of help do you need? Sylara's form seemed to shimmer, her patterns darkening. Our species faces extinction, Dr. Chen. A cosmic calamity has rendered our homeworld uninhabitable, and our efforts to find a new home have been unsuccessful. We believe that humanity, with its adaptability and resourcefulness, may hold the key to our survival. The weight of the alien's words settled on Elara's shoulders. This wasn't just first contact, it was a plea for help on a galactic scale. I'm not sure I have the authority to make such decisions on behalf of my entire species, Elara said cautiously. Sayara nodded, a gesture surprisingly similar to human body language. We understand. We do not ask for an immediate commitment. Instead, we extend an invitation. Come aboard our vessel, Dr. Chen. Learn about our people, our culture, our plight. If you deem us worthy, you can act as an ambassador for humanity and help forge an alliance that could benefit both our species. Ilara's mind raced. The scientific and diplomatic implications of this encounter were staggering. If she accepted this invitation, she would be the first human to set foot on an alien spacecraft, to immerse herself in an entirely new civilization. "What about my ship, my mission?" she asked. "Your vessel can be safely docked within hours," Sayara assured her. "As for your mission, I believe you are about to embark on the most important expedition of your life, Dr. Chen." Ilara took a deep breath, weighing her options. The rational part of her mind screamed caution, but her heart, the part of her that had always longed to reach out to the stars, had already made its decision. "RIA," she said, her voice steady. "Log this encounter and send an encrypted message back to Earth. Let them know I've made first contact and that I'm going on a little trip." "Understood, Dr. Chen. It has been an honor serving with you. Godspeed." Ilara turned back to the hologram of Sayara. "I accept your invitation, Princess. I look forward to learning about your people and finding a way for our species to help each other." Sayara's patterns brightened, a display of what Ilara assumed was joy or relief. "We are grateful, Dr. Chen. Prepare yourself. Your journey into our world begins now." A soft light enveloped Ilara, and she felt a strange tingling sensation throughout her body. As the familiar surroundings of the horizon faded away, replaced by the alien interior of the Zarthani vessel, Ilara couldn't help but smile. This was why she had become a scientist, why she had volunteered for this deep space mission. To explore, to discover, to push the boundaries of human knowledge. And now, as the first human ambassador to an alien species, she was about to do just that on a scale she had never imagined possible. The light faded, and Ilara found herself standing in a vast chamber unlike anything she had ever seen. The walls seemed alive, pulsing with soft bioluminescence that bathed the room in a calming azure glow. The air was thick with an unfamiliar scent, reminiscent of ozone and something sweetly floral. Princess Sayara stood before her, flanked by two other Zarthani. In person, they were even more striking than the hologram had suggested. Their bodies seemed to shimmer and shift, as if they weren't entirely solid. "Welcome aboard the Nexus, Dr. Chen," Sayara said, her mental voice tinged with warmth. "You are the first human to set foot on the Zarthani vessel. We hope this will be the beginning of a fruitful alliance between our peoples." Ilara struggled to find her voice, overwhelmed by the alienness of her surroundings. "Thank you for this opportunity, Princess Sayara. I have so many questions." Sayara's patterns rippled in what Ilara was beginning to recognize as amusement. "And we have many questions for you as well, Dr. Chen. But first, allow me to introduce my companions. This is Zorax, our chief scientist, and Kellen, our diplomatic liaison." The two Zarthani inclined their heads in greeting, their own patterns shifting in complex ways that Ilara couldn't begin to interpret. "It's an honor to meet you all," Ilara said, bowing slightly in return. "I hope I can represent humanity well during my stay here." Zorax stepped forward, his mental voice deep and resonant. "We have studied your species from afar, Dr. Chen. Your resilience, your adaptability, your insatiable curiosity. These are traits we greatly admire. We believe they may be the key to overcoming the challenges that threaten our existence." Ilara's scientific mind kicked into overdrive. "You mentioned a cosmic calamity that rendered your homeworld uninhabitable. Can you tell me more about that?" The Zarthani exchanged glances, their patterns darkening. It was Kellen who answered, her mental voice soft and melodious. "Our star entered an unexpected phase of rapid expansion. We had centuries of warning, but even with our advanced technology, we could not prevent the destruction of our world. We've been searching for a new home ever since, but our biology is complex. We have specific needs that are difficult to meet. And you think humans might be able to help with that? Ilara asked, her mind already racing with possibilities. Ilara nodded. Your species has shown remarkable ability to adapt to various environments. Moreover, your technological progress, while not as advanced as ours in some areas, has taken unique paths that we find intriguing. We believe that by combining our knowledge and capabilities, we may find a solution that has eluded us thus far. Ilara felt a surge of pride at the alien princess's words. Humanity, for all its flaws, had indeed come a long way. To be recognized for their achievements by an advanced alien civilization was both thrilling and humbling. I'm eager to learn more about your technology and biology, Ilara said. Perhaps together, we can find a way to save your people and expand humanity's understanding of the universe at the same time. Silara's patterns brightened. Your enthusiasm is encouraging, Dr. Chen. We have prepared a series of cultural exchanges and scientific demonstrations to help you understand our civilization better. Are you ready to begin? Ilara nodded, her excitement barely contained. More than ready, Princess. Where do we start? First, Ilara said, gesturing towards a shimmering portal that had appeared in the chamber wall, we would like to show you our ancestral hall. It is a place of great importance to our people, where we keep the memories of our lost homeworld alive. It will give you context for our journey and our need. As Ilara followed the Zarthani through the portal, she couldn't help but feel that she was standing on the threshold of a new era for humanity. Whatever challenges lay ahead, whatever wonders she was about to witness, she knew that her life, and potentially the lives of everyone on Earth, would never be the same. The ancestral hall was a marvel of alien architecture and technology. As Ilara stepped through the portal, she found herself in a vast spherical chamber. The walls were covered in what appeared to be living crystals, each one pulsing with soft light and intricate, moving images. This, Ilara explained, her mental voice filled with reverence, is the collected history and knowledge of our people. Each crystal contains the memories and experiences of a Zarthani ancestor. Ilara's scientific mind raced with questions. How is that possible? Are these some kind of advanced data storage devices? Zorax stepped forward, his patterns shifting in what Ilara was beginning to recognize as excitement. In a way, yes, but they are far more than simple data storage. These crystals contain the very essence of our ancestors, their thoughts, their emotions, their entire lives. It's like a biological hard drive, Ilara mused, her eyes wide with wonder. A crude analogy, but not entirely inaccurate, Zorax conceded. Watch. The chief scientist approached one of the larger crystals and placed his hand upon its surface. Immediately, the chamber filled with a holographic display of a breathtaking alien world. Ilara gasped as she found herself surrounded by towering crystalline structures, bioluminescent forests, and creatures unlike anything she had ever imagined. This was Zartha, our homeworld, Ilara said softly, her patterns dimming with what Ilara interpreted as sorrow. This particular memory is from over 1,000 of your Earth years ago, long before the catastrophe that forced us to flee. Ilara watched in awe as the holographic scene shifted, showing the daily life of the Zarthani on their home planet. She saw great ships sailing through the air, buildings that seemed to grow and change of their own accord, and Zarthani of all ages engaging in activities that were at once alien and strangely familiar. Your civilization is beautiful, Ilara breathed, unable to tear her eyes away from the display. Was beautiful, Kellen corrected gently. What you see here exists now only in our memories. The hologram shifted again, this time showing the Zarthani star swelling ominously, its surface roiling with massive solar flares. Ilara watched in horror as the once beautiful world was slowly consumed by the expanding sun, its crystal cities melting, its bioluminescent forests burning away. We had warning, Ilara explained, her mental voice heavy with emotion. But even with centuries to prepare, we could not save our world. We managed to evacuate much of our population and a fraction of our ecosystem, but the loss was devastating. The hologram faded, leaving Elara standing once again in the crystal-lined chamber. She felt a lump in her throat, deeply moved by the tragedy she had witnessed. "I'm so sorry," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. "To lose your entire homeworld, I can't even imagine." Silara's patterns shifted, conveying gratitude. "Your empathy is appreciated, Dr. Chen, but we did not bring you here merely to witness our past. We brought you here to help secure our future." Zorak stepped forward again, his mental voice taking on a more optimistic tone. "Our search for a new home has been unsuccessful thus far. Our biology is uniquely adapted to the specific conditions of Zartha. We found no other world that can support us long-term without significant terraforming. And that's where humanity comes in," Elara guessed. Kelling nodded. "Your species has shown remarkable adaptability. You've colonized nearly every environment on your home planet, from the harshest deserts to the deepest oceans. Moreover, your scientists have already begun developing technologies for terraforming other worlds in your solar system." Elara's mind raced with the implications. "You think we might be able to help you terraform a new homeworld?" "That is our hope," Solara confirmed. "But more than that, we believe that by combining our knowledge and technologies, we might find a solution that neither of our species could achieve alone." Elara nodded slowly, her excitement building. "A collaboration between our species could lead to advancements beyond anything we've dreamed of. The scientific possibilities alone are staggering." "Indeed," Zorax agreed, his patterns brightening. "But before we can move forward, we must be certain that our species are compatible. That is why we've invited you aboard, Dr. Chen. You will be the first human to undergo our sacred trials of understanding." Elara blinked in surprise. "Trials? What kind of trials?" Silara's patterns shifted in what Elara was beginning to recognize as reassurance. "Do not be alarmed, Dr. Chen. The trials are not tests of physical prowess, but of mental and emotional compatibility. They are designed to help us understand each other on the cosmic crucible." Dr. Elara Chen stood at the threshold of the Zarthani's chamber of trials, her heart pounding with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. The iridescent walls pulsed with an otherworldly energy, seeming to react to her very presence. "Are you prepared to begin, Dr. Chen?" Princess Solara's mental voice resonated in Elara's mind, a comforting presence amidst the alien surroundings. Elara took a deep breath, squaring her shoulders. "I'm ready, Princess. Let's do this." The chamber doors slid open with a soft hiss, revealing a vast, circular room. At its center stood a pillar of swerving light, tendrils of energy reaching out like cosmic fingers. "The cosmic crucible," Silara explained, her patterns shifting with reverence. "It will connect your mind to the collective consciousness of our people. Through it, you will face 3 trials that will test your species' compatibility with ours." Zorak stepped forward, his scientific curiosity evident in the rapid fluctuations of his bioluminescent patterns. "The process is completely safe, Dr. Chen, but I must warn you, the experience will be intense." Elara nodded, her own scientific mind racing with questions. "What exactly will I experience?" Kellen, the diplomatic liaison, answered, "The Crucible will create a series of simulations drawn from our species' shared experiences. You will face challenges that have shaped our civilization. Your responses will help us understand humanity's potential as allies." "Remember," Solara added, her mental voice gentle but firm, "the trials are not just about success or failure. They are about understanding. Be true to yourself and to your species." With a final nod of determination, Elara stepped into the pillar of light. Immediately, she felt her consciousness expand, as if her mind was suddenly connected to a vast cosmic network. Images, emotions, and alien thoughts flooded her senses. When the initial disorientation passed, Ilara found herself standing on what appeared to be the surface of an alien world. The sky above was a swirling mass of purple and green, while the ground beneath her feet seemed to pulse with an inner light. A voice, ancient and powerful, echoed in her mind. "Welcome, human, to the first trial, the trial of adaptation." The landscape around her began to shift rapidly. Lush forests sprouted and withered in moments. Mountains rose and crumbled. Oceans formed and evaporated. With each change, Ilara felt her body struggling to cope with the new environment. She realized that this trial was testing humanity's legendary adaptability. Drawing on her scientific knowledge and innate human resilience, Ilara began to analyze each new environment, looking for ways to survive and thrive. As a scorching desert formed around her, she quickly fashioned a makeshift solar still to collect water. When the desert gave way to a frozen tundra, she used her knowledge of insulation to create a shelter from the harsh winds. Through each environmental extreme, Ilara demonstrated humanity's ingenuity and determination. She used tools, created shelters, and even managed to cultivate food in the most inhospitable conditions. As the final environment, a toxic, acidic swamp, faded away, the ancient voice spoke again. "Impressive, human. Your species' ability to adapt is indeed remarkable. But adaptation alone is not enough. Let us see how you fare in the trial of cooperation." The world shifted once more, and Ilara found herself in what appeared to be an alien city. Towering structures of crystal and living metal surrounded her, while Zarthani-like beings moved about their daily lives. "Your task," the voice explained, "is to integrate into our society and work together with our people to solve a crisis." No sooner had the words been spoken than alarms began to blare throughout the city. Holographic displays flickered to life, showing a massive asteroid on a collision course with the planet. Ilara's mind raced. This was a test of humanity's ability to work with an alien species towards a common goal. She quickly approached a group of panicking aliens, using her limited understanding of their culture to calm them and organize a response team. Drawing on her knowledge of Earth's asteroid deflection theories, Ilara worked alongside the alien scientists to devise a plan. They combined human ingenuity with Zarthani technology, creating a network of gravitational deflectors to alter the asteroid's course. As the asteroid safely passed by the planet, the alien city erupted in celebration. Ilara felt a surge of pride, not just in her own accomplishment, but in humanity's potential for interspecies cooperation. The ancient voice returned, a note of approval in its tone. "Well done, human. You've shown that your species can indeed work in harmony with others. But now you face the most challenging trial of all, the trial of ethics." The alien city dissolved, replaced by a stark, white void. Before Ilara materialized a control panel with a single glowing button. "Your final test," the voice intoned, "is one of morality and sacrifice. Before you lies the power to save your own world from a cataclysmic event. However, using it will divert that catastrophe to our world, dooming our species. What will you choose?" Ilara stared at the button, her mind reeling. This was no longer a test of adaptation or cooperation, but of the very essence of humanity's character. The fate of two civilizations hung in the balance, dependent on her decision. Time seemed to stretch as Ilara wrestled with the impossible choice. She thought of Earth, of all the people she had left behind. She thought of the Zarthani, of their lost homeworld and their struggle for survival. In that moment, Ilara realized that the true test wasn't about choosing one species over another. It was about finding a third option, a way to save both. With renewed determination, she began to examine the control panel more closely, looking for a way to repurpose its energy. Using her scientific knowledge and the insights she had gained about Zarthani technology, Ilara started to rewire the device. As she worked, she spoke aloud, knowing that the Zarthani were observing her actions. "I refuse to sacrifice one world for another. There has to be a way to save both. If our species work together, Pooling our knowledge and resources, we can find a solution that protects everyone. With a final adjustment, Elara activated the modified device. Instead of diverting the catastrophe, it created a protective field that enveloped both Earth and the Zarthani world, shielding them from harm. As the simulation faded away, Elara found herself back in the Chamber of Trials, the pillar of light dissipating around her. Princess Sylara, Zorax, and Kellen stood before her, their patterns shifting with what she now recognized as awe and approval. Dr. Chen, Salara's mental voice was filled with emotion. You have surpassed our highest expectations. Your performance in the trials has shown us that humanity is not only adaptable and cooperative, but also deeply ethical and innovative. Zorax stepped forward, his scientific excitement palpable. Your solution to the final trial was unprecedented. You've shown us possibilities we hadn't even considered. Kelling nodded in agreement. You've proven that humanity is indeed worthy of an alliance with the Zarthani. Together, our species can achieve greatness beyond imagining. Elara, still reeling from the intensity of the trials, managed a smile. Thank you. I hope I've represented humanity well, but this is just the beginning, isn't it? There's still so much for our species to learn from each other. Silara's patterns brightened. Indeed, Dr. Chen, and we have much to show you. Are you ready to delve deeper into the mysteries of our civilization? As Elara nodded her assent, she couldn't help but feel that she stood on the brink of a new era for both humanity and the Zarthani. The trials had been just the first step on a journey that would reshape the galaxy itself. Little did she know that the greatest challenges and the most incredible discoveries still lay ahead. Echoes of the cosmic architects. As Elara followed Princess Sylara deeper into the heart of the Zarthani vessel, she couldn't shake the feeling that she was walking through a living dream. The corridors pulsed with bioluminescent light, responding to their presence like a sentient entity. What you're about to see, Dr. Chen, Salara's mental voice resonated with a mix of reverence and excitement, has never been shown to any outsider. We call it the Nexus of Infinity. They approached a massive door adorned with intricate, shifting symbols. As Sylara placed her hand on its surface, the symbols aligned, and the door dissolved into a shower of light particles. Elara gasped as they stepped into a cavernous chamber. At its center floated a colossal, multidimensional structure, a latticework of energy and matter that defied conventional physics. It twisted and turned, revealing new facets with each passing moment. By the stars, Elara breathed, her scientific mind struggling to process what she was seeing. What is this? Zorax stepped forward, his patterns flickering with barely contained excitement. This, Dr. Chen, is the legacy of the cosmic architects, an ancient race that preceded even our own. We believe they seeded the galaxy with the building blocks of life billions of years ago. You mean, they created your species, and possibly even humans? Elara asked, her voice filled with awe. Kellen nodded, her mental voice soft. We believe so. But the architects vanished long ago, leaving behind only fragments of their incredible technology. This nexus is one such relic. Elara approached the structure, feeling an inexplicable pull. As she neared, tendrils of energy reached out, caressing her skin with a tingling sensation. Suddenly, her mind was flooded with visions, flashes of alien worlds, glimpses of technologies beyond imagination, and echoes of a cosmic plan too vast to comprehend. Incredible, she whispered as the visions faded. It's like a repository of universal knowledge. Silara's patterns shifted with concern. It is, but it's also deeply connected to the fabric of space-time itself. We've spent centuries studying it, trying to unlock its secrets. We believe it holds the key to saving our species, and perhaps to elevating both our civilizations to a new level of existence. But, Zorax interjected, his mental voice tinged with frustration, we've hit a barrier. There's a level of interaction with the Nexus that we can't achieve. Something is missing. Elara's scientific curiosity was in overdrive. What do you mean missing? Kellen stepped closer to the nexus, her patterns dimming. The architects left clues, suggesting that the full power of the nexus can only be unlocked by a synthesis of different species, a cosmic synergy, if you will. And you think humans might be the missing piece? Ilara asked, her mind racing with the implications. Solara nodded. Your performance in the trials, Dr. Chen, has strengthened our belief. There's something unique about human consciousness, a spark of creativity and intuition that complements our own abilities. As if in response to Solara's words, the nexus pulsed brightly. Tendrils of energy reached out, enveloping both Ilara and the Zarthani in a cocoon of light. Ilara felt her consciousness expanding, merging with the alien minds around her. In that moment of cosmic synergy, she understood. The architects hadn't just seeded life, they had created a grand cosmic puzzle, one that could only be solved by the combined efforts of multiple species. Images flashed through their shared consciousness. A network of nexus points spread across the galaxy, each holding a piece of the architect's ultimate plan. Ilara saw worlds reborn, species uplifted, and the very fabric of reality reshaped. As the vision faded and they found themselves back in the chamber, Ilara staggered, overwhelmed by the experience. Solara steadied her, the alien's touch grounding her in reality. You saw it too? Ilara asked, her voice trembling with excitement. Solara's patterns pulsed with affirmation. We did. And more importantly, the nexus responded to our combined presence in a way it never has before. You, Dr. Chen, you are the catalyst we've been waiting for. Zorax was already at a nearby console, his patterns a blur of activity. The data we've gathered from this interaction, it's revolutionary. We may be able to start decoding the architect's grand design. Kellen's mental voice was filled with hope. This could be the key to saving our species and to unlocking potential we've only dreamed of. Ilara's mind was reeling with the possibilities. This goes beyond just finding a new home for the Zarthani. We're talking about reshaping the galaxy, maybe even the universe itself. Ilara placed a hand on Ilara's shoulder, her touch conveying a depth of emotion that transcended words. Indeed, Dr. Chen, and it all hinges on the alliance between our species. Are you ready to take the next step? To become the bridge between humanity and the legacy of the cosmic architects? Ilara took a deep breath, feeling the weight of entire civilizations resting on her shoulders. But along with that weight came an exhilarating sense of purpose. This was why she had become a scientist, why she had ventured into the depths of space. To discover, to understand, to push the boundaries of what was possible. I'm ready, she said, her voice filled with determination. Where do we start? Solara's patterns brightened with approval. We begin by preparing you for the harmonic convergence, an ancient Zarthani ritual that will fully attune your consciousness to the nexus. But be warned, Dr. Chen. Once we start down this path, there's no turning back. The fate of both our species, and perhaps the entire galaxy, will rest in our hands. As Ilara nodded her agreement, the nexus pulsed once more, as if acknowledging the momentous decision. The chamber filled with a sense of anticipation, of cosmic wheels being set in motion. Little did they know that their actions had not gone unnoticed. In the darkest corners of the galaxy, ancient forces were stirring, forces that would stop at nothing to prevent the architect's plan from coming to fruition. The stage was set for a cosmic struggle that would determine the fate of all sentient life. And at the center of it all stood a human scientist and an alien princess, united by a bond that transcended the boundaries of space and time. The Quantum Odyssey. The preparation for the harmonic convergence was unlike anything Ilara could have imagined. For what felt like days, she immersed herself in Zarthani rituals and advanced quantum mechanics that blurred the line between science and mysticism. Your mind must be in perfect harmony with the cosmic frequencies, Solara explained as they stood before a shimmering pool of liquid starlight. This is the astral forge, where we'll attune your consciousness to the nexus. Elara hesitated at the edge of the pool, its surface rippling with miniature galaxies and nebulae. What exactly will happen to me? Zorax stepped forward, his patterns pulsing with reassurance. The astral forge will temporarily rewrite your neural pathways, allowing you to perceive and interact with quantum realities. It's perfectly safe, mostly. Mostly. Elara raised an eyebrow. Kellen chimed in, her mental voice soothing. There is always a small risk when dealing with forces beyond our full comprehension. But we have faith in you, Dr. Chen. Your unique human perspective is crucial for this to work. Taking a deep breath, Elara stepped into the pool. The liquid starlight enveloped her, cool yet electric against her skin. As she submerged herself fully, the universe seemed to explode behind her eyes. Elara found herself floating in a void of infinite possibilities. Streams of quantum data flowed around her, each one a potential reality. She saw countless versions of herself, of Earth, of the Zarthani, all existing simultaneously. Focus, Dr. Chen. Solara's voice echoed through the quantum realm. Find the thread that connects all realities. Concentrating, Elara began to notice patterns in the chaos. A single strand of energy that wove through every possibility, binding them together. With growing confidence, she reached out and grasped it. The moment her consciousness touched the quantum thread, everything changed. Elara felt her mind expanding, encompassing not just this universe but countless others. She saw the grand design of the cosmic architects in its entirety, a plan so vast and intricate it defied comprehension. But something was wrong. As Elara delved deeper into the quantum tapestry, she sensed a discordant note, a darkness lurking at the edges of reality, threatening to unravel everything. With a gasp, Elara emerged from the astral forge. The Zarthani gathered around her, their patterns flickering with concern and excitement. "You've done it," Zorax exclaimed, his mental voice brimming with scientific awe. "Your neural patterns are now in sync with the Nexus, but something's troubling you." Elara nodded, still trying to process the vast influx of cosmic knowledge. "There's a threat out there, something the architects didn't anticipate. It's consuming entire realities." Solara's patterns darkened with worry. "The void entropy. We've detected traces of it, but never understood its true nature. With your insight, perhaps now we can face it." Before Elara could respond, alarms blared throughout the ship. Kellen rushed to a nearby console, her patterns flashing with urgency. "We're under attack. Multiple vessels of unknown origin. They've emerged from some kind of reality rift." Solara's voice took on a tone of grim determination. "It's begun. The forces of entropy have found us. Dr. Chen, are you ready to put your new abilities to the test?" Elara stood, feeling the power of the cosmos coursing through her veins. "What do you need me to do?" "The Nexus," Solara explained quickly as they rushed towards the control room. "With your attunement, you can unlock its full potential. We'll use it to open a gateway to the quantum realm and confront our attackers on a playing field they won't expect." As they entered the control room, Elara gasped. The view screens showed a terrifying sight, a fleet of pitch-black ships, their forms seeming to bend and distort reality around them. Beams of dark energy lanced out, striking the Zarthani vessel. "They're trying to destabilize our quantum structure," Zorax reported, his patterns a blur of activity as he worked the controls. "If they succeed, we'll be erased from existence." Elara stepped up to the Nexus interface, feeling it resonate with her newfound awareness. "I have an idea, but it's risky. We need to create a quantum superposition, existing in multiple realities at once. They can't erase what they can't pin down." Solara nodded, her trust in Elara evident. "Do it." Placing her hands on the Nexus controls, Elara closed her eyes and reached out with her mind. She felt the ship, and everyone on it, split into countless quantum states, each one slightly out of phase with the others. The enemy weapons passed harmlessly through them, unable to lock onto a single reality. "It's working," Kellen exclaimed. "But we can't stay like this forever. We need a way to fight back." Ilara's mind raced, drawing on both her scientific knowledge and the cosmic wisdom she'd gained. "The quantum thread I saw in the astral forge. If we can weaponize it, turn it into a sort of reality anchor, we might be able to force our attackers into a single state, make them vulnerable." Zorax's patterns lit up with understanding. "Brilliant. I can modify our main deflector to emit a quantum phase beam, but we'll need to drop our superposition to fire it." "Then we'll have one shot," Sylara said grimly. "Make it count." As Zorax worked feverishly to modify the deflector, Ilara maintained their quantum state, feeling the strain of holding multiple realities together. Just when she thought she couldn't hold on any longer, Zorax signaled his readiness. "Now," Ilara shouted, collapsing the superposition. For a heart-stopping moment, they were vulnerable. Then the quantum phase beam lanced out, striking the lead enemy's ship. Reality seemed to warp and twist around it, forcing it into a single state. "Fire everything we've got," Sylara commanded. The Zarthani ship unleashed a barrage of advanced weaponry. Unable to shift between realities, the enemy vessel stood no chance. It exploded in a spectacular quantum detonation, taking several nearby ships with it. The remaining attackers, faced with this unexpected defeat, turned and fled back through the reality rift they had emerged from. As the immediate danger passed, Ilara slumped against the console, exhausted but exhilarated. The Zarthani gathered around her, their patterns shimmering with gratitude and awe. "You've saved us all, Dr. Chen," Sylara said, her mental voice filled with emotion. "And you've given us a fighting chance against the void entropy. But this is just the beginning." Ilara nodded, understanding the gravity of their situation. The cosmic architect's plan, the quantum thread, the forces of entropy, it's all connected. We need to find the other nexus points, unite with other species. It's the only way to preserve reality itself. As the weight of their cosmic mission settled upon them, Ilara couldn't help but feel a sense of incredible purpose. She had come seeking first contact and scientific discovery. Instead, she found herself at the center of a universe-spanning adventure, with the fate of all existence hanging in the balance. "So," she said, a determined smile playing on her lips, "where do we go from here?" Silara's patterns brightened with a mix of hope and resolve. "To the stars, Dr. Chen. To unravel the greatest mystery in the cosmos and save all of reality. Our quantum odyssey has only just begun." As the Zarthani ship set a course for the nearest nexus point, Ilara knew that the greatest challenges and the most incredible discoveries still lay ahead. The universe, in all its infinite wonder and peril, awaited cosmic convergence. The Zarthani ship, newly christened as the Quantum Voyager, glided through the star-studded expanse of space. Dr. Ilara Chen stood at the helm, her eyes fixed on the swirling vortex of energy that marked their destination, the celestial nexus of Andromeda. "We're approaching the outer boundary of the nexus field," Ilara announced, her voice steady despite the tension that gripped the bridge. The events of the past few weeks had transformed her from a curious scientist into a cosmic warrior, attuned to the very fabric of reality itself. Princess Sylara stepped forward, her bioluminescent patterns pulsing with anticipation. "Prepare for quantum insertion. Zorax, activate the reality anchors." The alien scientist's tendrils danced across the control panel. "Reality anchors engaged. We're as stable as we can be, given the circumstances." As the Quantum Voyager penetrated the swirling energy field, reality itself seemed to bend and warp around them. Ilara felt a familiar tingling sensation as her enhanced consciousness connected with the cosmic energies surrounding them. "I'm detecting multiple quantum signatures," Callan reported, her mental voice tinged with excitement. "It appears we're not the only ones drawn to this nexus." Suddenly, the viewscreen erupted with a kaleidoscope of colors and shapes. As the quantum distortions cleared, Ilara gasped. Before them floated an array of vessels unlike anything she had ever seen, each one clearly of alien design, representing species from across the galaxy. It's just as the architects foresaw, Ilara breathed, her patterns shimmering with awe. The cosmic convergence has begun. A communication request pinged on their console. With a nod from Ilara accepted the transmission. The viewscreen filled with a dizzying array of alien faces, some humanoid, others defying description. A melodious voice, seemingly emanating from a being composed entirely of crystalline structures, spoke first. "Greetings, travelers. I am Xylix of the Crystalline Collective. We welcome you to the confluence of realities." Other introductions followed: the telepathic Etheri, the silicon-based Volocris Magna, the energy beings known as the Lumina, and more. Each species, it seemed, had been drawn to this place by visions and prophecies, guided by the lingering influence of the cosmic architects. Ilara stepped forward, feeling the weight of humanity's representation on her shoulders. "I am Dr. Ilara Chen of Earth, and these are my allies, the Zarfani. We come seeking a way to combat the void entropy that threatens all of existence." A ripple of concern passed through the assembled aliens. Xylix's crystalline form shimmered with worry. The void entropy grows stronger. Already, entire sectors of the galaxy have been consumed, erased from the cosmic tapestry. But hope is not lost, interjected a swirling vortex of energy that introduced itself as Aeona of the Lumina. "The architects left us a legacy, a way to rewrite the fundamental laws of reality itself. But to access it, we must work together in ways no species has ever attempted before." Ilara nodded, her mental voice resonating with determination. "That is why we have come. Dr. Chen has unlocked new potential within the Nexus. With your help, we believe we can activate the cosmic reforge and reshape reality to neutralize the void entropy." A chorus of voices erupted, some skeptical, others hopeful. Ilara felt overwhelmed by the cacophony of alien thoughts and emotions. But as she looked around at the assembled species, each unique and wondrous in their own way, she felt a surge of determination. "Listen," she called out, her voice cutting through the din. "I know this seems impossible. Believe me, a few weeks ago, I was just a scientist from a small planet, dreaming of first contact. Now I stand before you, my mind attuned to the cosmic frequencies, having witnessed wonders beyond imagination." She paused, gathering her thoughts. "But that's the point, isn't it? Each of us, every species represented here, is a testament to the infinite possibilities of the universe. The architects didn't choose us by accident. They knew that only through our combined strengths, our diverse perspectives, could we hope to face this threat." Her words seemed to resonate with the assembled aliens. Even those who couldn't understand her language directly seemed to grasp the essence of her message. Xylix's crystalline form pulsed with approval. "The human speaks wisdom. We have long theorized that the Nexus could only be fully activated by a confluence of diverse consciousnesses. Perhaps this is the moment the architects prepared us for." Aeona's energy form swirled in agreement. "We must act quickly. The void entropy grows stronger with each passing moment. We must initiate the cosmic reforge before it's too late." With a collective agreement, the alien vessels began to move into formation around the celestial nexus. Ilara felt a surge of energy as the combined power of multiple species focused on a single purpose. "Dr. Chen," Ilara said, her mental voice filled with a mix of anticipation and concern, "you are the key to this. Your unique attunement to the Nexus, combined with your human perspective, makes you the ideal conduit for the reforge. But the strain on your consciousness will be immense. Are you prepared for this?" Ilara took a deep breath, feeling the weight of entire civilizations resting on her shoulders. But along with that weight came an exhilarating sense of purpose. This was beyond first contact, beyond scientific discovery. This was about preserving the very fabric of existence itself. "I'm ready," she said, her voice steady with resolve. As Elara stepped onto the quantum interface platform, she felt the combined mental energies of dozens of alien species flowing through her. The nexus pulsed with power, responding to the unprecedented gathering of cosmic minds. Reality itself seemed to bend and flex around them as Elara reached out with her enhanced consciousness, grasping the quantum threads that bound all of existence together. She saw the grand design of the architects in its entirety, a cosmic tapestry of infinite complexity and beauty. But she also saw the encroaching darkness of the void entropy, a cancer in the fabric of reality that threatened to unravel everything. With grim determination, Elara began the process of cosmic reforging. It was a battle fought not with weapons, but with ideas. Every alien species contributed their unique perspective, their understanding of the universe becoming threads in a new cosmic design. Elara stood at the center of it all, weaving these diverse strands of knowledge and experience into a new framework of reality. The strain was immense. Elara felt as if her mind was being stretched across the entirety of the cosmos. But just when she thought she couldn't hold on any longer, she felt a surge of support from her alien allies. Their combined will flowed through her, bolstering her strength. With a final, monumental effort, Elara completed the reforge. A shockwave of energy burst forth from the nexus, rippling across the galaxy at superluminal speeds. In its wake, reality itself was transformed. As the energy subsided, Elara collapsed, caught by Solara's quick reflexes. The assembled aliens waited in tense silence, monitoring the cosmic changes they had wrought. Slowly, reports began to come in from across the galaxy. The void entropy was receding, unable to maintain its hold in the newly reforged reality. Entire civilizations that had been on the brink of annihilation found themselves saved, marveling at the sudden change in the cosmic order. As Elara regained consciousness, she was met with a chorus of alien voices, expressing gratitude and awe. She had done it. They had done it. Together, they had rewritten the laws of reality itself, turning back the tide of cosmic entropy. But even as they celebrated their victory, Elara knew that this was just the beginning. The reforged cosmos held new wonders to explore, new challenges to face, and humanity, once a small, isolated species, now stood at the forefront of a grand cosmic alliance. As the Quantum Voyager prepared to return to Earth, carrying news of their incredible journey, Elara looked out at the star-studded expanse before them. The universe seemed bigger now, full of infinite possibilities. So, she said, turning to Xylara with a smile of excitement, "Where shall we explore first?" The alien princess's patterns shimmered with shared anticipation. "The cosmos awaits, Dr. Chen. Our greatest adventures are yet to come." As the Quantum Voyager engaged its drives, setting course for new horizons, Elara felt a sense of profound wonder. She had set out seeking first contact and found herself at the center of a cosmic revolution. Whatever challenges lay ahead, she knew that together, human, Zarfani, and the myriad species of their new alliance, they were ready to face them. The cosmic reforge was complete, but the story of life in the universe was far from over. It was, in many ways, only just beginning.